Hey, joyful people. My name is Lisa, and we are so delighted and thrilled to have you join us today and our amazing guest, the one and only Makula Pictures. You have a reputation of being one of the most outspoken wedding photographers in this land. Some of us are too scared to check your Twitter on wedding days, and we're like, oops, what have we done as planners, as decorators, as photographers, as clients? What do you have to say for yourself, sir?
One would say they are scared
Yeah.
to check. Then another would say they look forward to my tweets because then they know what to do or not to do at their event.
Yeah.
There's a client who came to me sometimes at an event. We didn't do their wedding.
Yeah.
And they said, I thank you so much for your tweets. I'm like, okay, do I know this person? I said, oh, I had my wedding. No, you didn't shoot it.
Yeah.
But I have screenshots of everything you tweet about.
Yeah.
And it helped me plan and know what to do and not to do on my wedding. So I like to look at it that way.
From that lens.
Because the heart that sends out those tweets is coming from that place that how about we do this to change, the wedding industry for the better.
Yeah.
So and one of the
Most outspoken. I saying that not very loosely.
Oh wow!
Yes.
I wish there was many of us speaking.
Yeah.
Truthfully, I wish, because then the message would reach many people at a shorter time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you'll speak, and photographers I see are screenshotting because they relate to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And are posting on their statuses. Yeah. Then I'm thinking, yeah, I hear you, but how about you used your platform
to also speak up?
Imagine there were 10 outspoken. Yeah, many things would change for the good in the industry, because some of the things that say shouting about 3-4 years ago are being done now. Sometimes my clients fail to do those things, but I like that at least other photographers are getting, for example, the
benefit from
what I make noise about. So yeah, I think it's a good thing. I pray that this is my camera. I pray that all of us can speak, so this industry can get better.
Yeah. We are thankful for platforms like this where we give clients an into what us vendors would require for our work for them to be smoother, to be more productive. You have been in the industry for a long time. I won't say how many. Yes, for a long time. So the Makula Pictures of then and the Makula Pictures of now, what would you say has changed?
The Makula Pictures of when I was starting out, probably 10 years ago or something, was, I know how to press the shutter. I'll learn along the way. Then you learn, and then you learn how to take pictures, but don't know how to communicate with clients.
Yes.
Or don't know that when you tell a client Monday should be a Monday, or you at least communicate.
Yes.
Well, didn't have the wisdom then to learn the business of it.
Yeah.
Now, I at least, being married myself now, if you just close to 2 years, I treat weddings different.
Yeah.
Because this is something that can come back. Yeah. And I saw it. I think we're having a conversation with some of my team members 2 weeks ago, and the way we approach weddings now is different because I know what is important to the client. It is not just someone gave me money and I booked the other date and the other date to get a bit of money and, do life. But now I know that it is important that the mother of the bride gets to see her siblings
Yeah.
or the people they invited for the wedding.
Yeah.
10 years ago, I would probably come shoot, put just my consideration would be and focus would be on the couple and forget that the guests are part of the event. Now it's different. That and many, many other things. But also I've grown as a photographer. It started as a one-person shooting.
Yeah.
I remember at some point, the first name was Makula Jeffrey Photography. And then we grew to a team.
I like that you touched on the topic of communication. I honestly feel as a planner, when I approach any vendor, in particular, let's say for now, an example, a photographer, and I'm inquiring about their rates, their availability, communication is so bad. Like, I get that they're busy. We all are. But the standard of excellence is really lacking. It's below bar. So, yes, I like that you noticed that there's certain aspects that you can't handle as an individual. And if you need to delegate and get the help to better your business.
I mentioned 10 years ago, I thought learn how to take pictures.
And that is it.
Learn how to do depth of field, get a good lens. You can compete. And we competed for a while, but we made many mistakes. There are clients right now who, speaking very honestly, who they see, if they watched this, they're not happy. They're not happy with the service they got 5 years ago or even 6 years ago when we're still making those mistakes. It's unfortunate that it happened. But again, the realization that we needed help. Yeah.
That's self-awareness.
Realization that now I will know the bookings we have on a group chat or on the Excel sheet. I don't discuss pricing with clients. I don't know, because then I didn't love myself, because now you're the one who's doing wedding shoots. You're meeting clients. You have to send invoices. You have to do all these things.
You're bound to. It's like setting yourself up for failure.
And I was losing money because I was forgetting the important thing, which is serving the client. We're not serving the client. Yeah, some people were unhappy.
Yeah.
And then 4 years ago, like, you know what? Why is it that there's these people that we're working for and we're not shooting their siblings? What is happening? And the things that I didn't know were important, like communication, leaving people on read, unanswered. A client has, first of all, many options to choose from.
True.
Yeah, a client has, they want to call someone and
there's someone to pick up at the end of the line.
But also they are warm. Yeah, imagine you're calling and there's a client stressing me at a pre-wedding shoot, or someone stressing me,
and then we call and you pick up.
And I pick, it's with a certain tone. Yeah. Now I learned that I actually don't have to pick my all the business calls. I'm doing a disservice to the client, to the business.
Yeah.
But then also we learned again with time that anything that the business needs that I can provide, I can outsource. And we're doing great. It is, I get what you're saying. You say, the communication, I was that person. We were that person.
And you're trying to be very considerate, because we are human beings. There's only so much you can do as one person. For some of them, the business is still young. They probably can't afford to pay for extra help. At that point, how do you know that these are the certain number of weddings I can do to make those clients happy? Because we've heard of photographers who we shall hire, and they have overbooked or double booked themselves, and we know the faces behind the photographer companies, so we know that we want Jeff there, so he's one person, so he has to stretch himself and come to this wedding and come and show face in this wedding, and then, well, at some point, one of us won't be happy. So how have you reached that point where you know the number of weddings you can't exceed?
We, again, I think 2 years, not two, like three, pre-COVID, I think after COVID, when we now grew to a team of 4 photographers.
Yeah.
There's a chance that if you've hired us in the past 2-3 years, there's specific faces that you've seen. And we realized, because again, we made mistakes. 2021, we made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you see, when you have 12 events in a month and 4 are unhappy,
It's still a failure.
It's sad. It's sad. Like, it pained 2020, either 2020 or 2021. I was pained. So we purposed that moving forward, we can only do 2 events on a given day. 2 events on a given day.
Only.
We won't care if the money is good and it's on first come, first serve. We won't care if the money is good or not. Like, only 2.
Yeah.
That is why then we have to price it in a way that it makes business sense to us.
Yeah.
Because I would, for example, do 6 events and hire people. But we just have to show face. Yeah. In the industry, we call it do a drive. We just do a drive. But I don't know what, out of the 5 people, if I've gotten 5 events, 5 teams, what they're going to give the client.
Or if they'll fully
represent me. Yeah. So it would be easy, good money to do 5 events and charge it, averagely, and get a bit of money. I said, at what cost then, if I'm going to meet these people at Acacia Mall and they were not happy with the service?
I know.
You get, for me, it's that. Then also, I imagine if it were my wedding and someone sent me someone with a camera and they don't know what they're doing, but because you get, it disturbed me when we were making this decision. Then we said, you know what, only 2 events, we're okay. Some dates, for example, now, August? July. August was full. Was full in March? I think March or something.
Oh, okay.
So there's someone who thinks they want to get us to shoot them on the 10th of 17th of August month, because they think they have the money.
Yeah.
But you see, there's some money which is which is quite tricky. If it's going to cost me more, more. So we just said 2 events are good. We'll stick to price it in a way that we're comfortable.
Yeah.
And able to give the client what we promised.
Yeah.
That means represent the brand well.
How far in advance does a client or us as a planner advise our client to book their photographer?
The longest should be a year. We can't do more than a year. And the reasons are many. Though I used to tell people, do you know it's safe to book way before? Because then you're working on the rates that I have now. Take advantage of the rates I have now. Yeah. For example, the people that book us are booking us this year for next year. There's a chance that they're getting the rate card now. Usually, the new rate card comes out probably end of November or something. Yeah. So you want to take advantage of the what? Of the rates. So more than a year, we will say no. We will tell you this is a red card, but there's a chance that it will change.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah. 1 year.
Okay. I had you speak about a pre-wedding shoot. You have been an advocate of pre-wedding shoots. Yes. Again, just to reiterate for people who don't really follow you on your socials, why is it very important for a client to go for the pre-wedding shoot?
Why is it very important for the client to go for a pre-wedding shoot? People do cake texting, people do what things?
Makeup trial,
people
hair trial,
do, like many things.
fittings.
Like yo.
Yeah.
In the past, I think I did a video about that. In the past, when we were starting out, photography wasn't that big a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just, hey, a baby fan. You and then people would dress up in saloons. Hotels just came in for 7 years ago, 5. Yeah. People would dress up in saloons. So imagine, there's this one time we had an event, and I think the salon has loads and ladies or something like that. You go there.
An old guy.
I'm an old guy. So we'll go there, and you see salons. That means is the only one who has booked. Yeah. So you go there. You don't know who the bride is. Probably someone from the committee who was making payments.
Yeah.
So you don't know who the bride is. Now I go and I have to first ask who the bride is. Then you get to the bride and you get to them. I'm big on energy. After shooting for a long time, I know energy is very important. Yeah. So you are meeting these people for the very first time. You don't know who they are, how they are like. Yeah. You would struggle. You'd probably kill the first 30 minutes breaking the ice. Yeah. Enter the reception, photo session. It used to be called gardens. You go there and you don't know how these two are with each other. There are people who photograph so well. You just bring out the camera and they'll give you amazing shots. There are people who will shoot well under direction. There are people who just don't know. They will give you good pictures. If you, let's say, told them to hold hands and walk away, and they're having the little conversations, and there you get the moment. Now, if I'm meeting you for the very first time, I don't know which kind of person you are. Yeah. So it becomes tricky. So we used to make noise about wedding shoots then because I used to call them rehearsal shoots. The day that what we do at the wedding shoot is to build the build up for the wedding. So it helps that it creates rapport with your photographer. Now at the day of the wedding, when I'm asking you to do something, I am asking you to do it. And then also the day of the event, pre-wedding shoot, I notice a few things about you. I notice that you feel very comfortable from this side.
We have sides, us as ladies.
You find that the guy or someone has probably double chin. When they do this, it shows a double chin. And you want to give them pictures that flatter them. So you notice all of the little details at the pre-wedding shoot. At the day of the event, it's easier because now you know what the client is comfortable with. Also, because you've met before, you've broken the ice. Now it's easy. Now I'm shooting my friend. So a pre-wedding shoot is, I believe everyone should have a pre-wedding shoot if they're doing a wedding. For those reasons, to just break this.
Get that rapport.
And
with your photographer. You spoke about very shy brides. I am very camera shy. I don't know if you know that, but I am. How do you ease us into getting comfortable in front of the camera? I'm speaking for brides, like 90%. We're not the kind of people that are photo shoot ready, and weddings are our first time doing this thing. So how do you ease some of us like that?
Imagine you are the client who doesn't know you need a pre-wedding shoot, then you get it. the day of the event, or rather the pre-wedding shoots, we'll, for example, we'll tell people, we're going to start shooting at 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But all the 3 hours you've given us, we're going to shoot for about 40 minutes. Some of that in there is a conversation. The people that I have shot, or the team has shot, will tell you when we reach location, it's not, so hi, my name is Jeff, or my name is Jumba. Let me bring out the camera and start shooting. There's a conversation. There's a conversation. I get to know who you are, how you are. If you're nervous, I'll ask if you're nervous, and I'll tell you it's all right. And I'll tell you it's actually easy. Sometimes I'll just tell people, it's all right, no worries, I'm not here. Okay, don't mind the camera, I'm just texting the lights, and you just tell them to probably walk.
Yeah. And this comes with experience.
And that comes with experience. Then I was a posy person. Then until I realized people are, not everyone is like that.
Yeah.
So because then I would feel a certain no when you're telling someone to do this and they're not doing it.
Yeah.
You realize, no. First of all, people are not like that. But then also, not everyone wants that. Yeah. So from experience, now these things that I was mentioning, I tell someone to walk away. Or just look at your husband. Tell us something nice.
Yeah.
And then they don't know what to. Yeah, you can actually tell us something nice. And then there's a laughter, and then you get a picture or something. Then you show them.
Yes.
And they see what they have created. I wasn't part of it. I just told them to tell each other something nice. And they got a beautiful moment. When I showed them, the walls just come down. And they're like, oh my, they start getting comfortable, you know? And I learned not to impose on the client. So usually it's easier that way when I am relating with you as
the couple,
as a couple, and as this is not a
client and a okay. So I can imagine that the way photography was priced then. These days when you go to a committee meeting or share the budget with the parents of the couple, and they're seeing the price of photography and videography, and they're like, what happened?
Just doing this.
Yes.
And then, but my wedding, I only paid 4 million. Like, yeah. You don't want to go technical and tell them, oh, by the way, 7 years ago, even the cameras, they would understand that language.
Yeah.
But I don't want to go that. And I don't sell cameras, so I don't want to tell people about cameras. I want to sell
the value
I bring to the table, that when, first of all, you call, you'll get a response.
Yeah.
That when you ask something, you'll be answered to.
Yeah.
That when you say we're going to be there at 8, we're going to be there at 8. That I will be respectful at your event. That
I'll dress
nice. I'll be respectful at your event. I'll make sure I am in your shoes.
Yeah.
First of all, put myself in your shoes before, so you know. I'm charging a few things. I'm charging the feeling, what you feel when you're around me. Yeah. I am charging the energy that I'll bring to your wedding. Yeah. There's times in the past where you would think I am part of the planning committee. Like the things that I'm telling the brides, calming them down. For example, there are a few times that we've had to pray with the bride before, because their parents ran late and the priest is telling them, let's go in. Yeah. I almost walked in with one sometime. And now those are things you can't price.
Yes.
But because I know this is an emotional day,
yeah,
I need to go and tell her it's going to be okay.
You're pricing even
So
those moments where a relative is shouting at you for taking long during your
and we have had many of those. We're pricing all those things.
Yeah.
But also to protect ourselves. Like, I wish we were paid more. Yeah? I wish we were paid more. But we shall get there. We shall get there. So, yeah.
Yeah.
The pricing is under... Many things have changed.
Yeah.
Land, which was 3 million 10 years ago, is
has
now...
appreciated.
So
it's crazy.
It's just...
You were speaking a bit about time and all. Timing is still, I think, one of your biggest challenges at a wedding, because even with the couples that I plan for, I'll call the photographer, take them through the program, ask them if that's enough time, ask them if they would like us to add time. But I know it's not the case with everyone. So how can we make it easy for you on the wedding day by giving you enough time to shoot?
I used to say, I don't know if I made a video, it was a tweet. I told people, if your wedding, just a simple, if your wedding is at midday,
Yeah.
I actually tell people, tell your makeup artist, they're going to kill me, but yeah, tell your makeup artist, your church is at 10. Not that they'll be late or anything, but to work backwards. You see, when you tell them that church is at 10, maybe they'll get done with you at 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. That way you have between 9
And maybe 10:30.
10:30
Yeah.
to one, you have pictures of the robes and all that. Some people have a bigger entourage, some
Yeah.
other. You have robe,
Yeah.
then you
Change.
change.
Time to change.
Time to change is something else.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have seen it. Yeah.
And when the brides are doing their timelines,
They
don't
never
know these
account
things.
for it.
Yeah.
True.
The makeup artist is going to come, and hair and makeup are going to come and start work and be working for 1, 2, or 3 hours.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to shoot for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm like, how does it? It's actually
Make
unfair.
it make sense.
It's unfair for the makeup artist also.
Because you're taking
that you
pictures
can't,
of their work.
You can't give me 15 minutes to shoot something you've done for 2 hours for 1 hour. I wish clients would like listen more.
Yeah.
Like, by the way, listen more. A friend made a joke sometime.
Yeah.
That I think it was a photographer conversation, some forum, and some guy said, "Me, I don't take pictures. They allow me to take.
Yeah.
I used to fight with brides, and you're fighting with brides. Now a makeup artist is going for you. The hair person is going for you because you're telling them to rush.
Yeah.
But you see, these are not my pictures. These
for
are actually
you.
your pictures." But then the guy said, "So now I don't fight. If you don't allow me to shoot,
You want.
I'm not going to shoot. I'll be there. I'll shoot what you allow me to shoot." I'm like, oh, I'll shoot what you allow me to shoot.
Yeah.
Oh my God, who loses then? The client.
client,
So what do they do? Listen to the photographers. Manage for eventualities, for things that, what if
Add
something
that
happens?
buffer
Add
time.
that. That's why I like,
Yeah.
I said earlier, midday, say, such that you have at least 2 hours space for
case of
any case of anything. Because
anything,
makeup
yeah.
artists probably, in case they've done a makeup and she didn't like it, and
and they
you
have
have
to
to redo.
change,
In
yeah.
case they've done a makeup and then she cries because someone was talking to her and she
Yeah.
cries and they have to redo it.
Yeah.
It's eating into your photography time
Yeah.
before. So yeah, just
I always tell the couples that I honestly feel like your photos are the biggest investment for your wedding, because at the end of the day, that's all you have left. It will show everything. So if you are not giving your photographer time or investing in a good photographer, you're doing such a disservice to yourself. So I understand you. I like to think us vendors also, rely on you documenting these parts of the day for us. So it's all collaborative. The client, the vendors, all of us working together. So we all give our best and get something beautiful.
I had good food at my wedding. I don't remember how it tastes,
Yeah.
but I see the pictures that Jumba showed.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, he actually took pictures of the food. So this is what I have after the wedding. I wish people would see it like that. Would see it like that.
Yeah.
That is if pictures are important to you anyway.
Anyway, yes,
Yeah.
they're
So,
priorities. What's that piece of advice you give a couple that is newly engaged and starting the wedding planning process? What's that piece of advice you'd give them?
All right. piece of advice: couple newly engaged starting on their wedding planning process. Vendors were, I think back then, we didn't have a lot of stuff to look at. But now you have Instagram, you have Pinterest, you have these many things to see people's work. So you got engaged. Look at what is important to you.
Yeah.
After looking at what is important to you, look at the vendors, the items on that you think is important to you. Start looking for
that are in line with that.
And then also if I'm to speak to photography, there's many talented photographers in this land. My God. Sometimes I'm on my phone and I'm scrolling, I'm like, oh, and it's a name you don't know. People are, look at, know first of all what you want. Look at these people, stock their work, reach out if you have to.
Them if you can.
Reach out, get their rates, meet them, see if they are good for you. I mentioned energy earlier. If you vibe them well with them. See if if I look at their work. If you get to meet them, actually ask to see if you can see the full book, because we post our most the best work. Yeah, we post the best work online because it's a marketing thing. But I want you to come and see how my pictures at the reception are. Come and see how the pictures in the morning are, because the morning is the wedding is bigger than the photo session pictures that we post.
It's everything.
It's everything else. So if you get to go to them, see different people, then see what speaks to you. Ask for the rate. If you think you can afford, then go ahead with that person. Go ahead with that person. The person that you think works for you. I still think you shouldn't go to person X to have them do work of person Y. I think it's unfair to the other person. You're telling me you don't like my work. Because if you want me to do Arnold's work, then you don't like my work. Yeah.
On that point, sorry, I also kind of feel like there is also photographers who are similar, who now there's no, I don't say individualism. So yeah, we can we don't know because you are all the same.
We're all shooting the same things, and we're editing the same way.
Yes, so it can be a bit tricky.
People can't be similar all the way. Let's say Paramount inspires me, and when I was starting out, I said because I saw Paramount was doing good work and was getting booked. In my mind, I would think to get booked, I have to shoot like Paramount or edit like Paramount or do everything Paramount does. Maybe I started like that. There's other things that Paramount can give you, the client, that I can't give because I'm only looking at the
His
edit.
work.
There's things behind that. I don't know his turnaround time. I don't know how those are things. So I also mentioned that if you can meet these people, there's something. We are not the same. Even people who are like the same, at least they're different price wise.
Thank you so much for educating us.
I hope I have.
Yes, you have. And we are also very thankful for your social media presence. Thank you.
You're welcome.